Without further ado, I'm going to introduce our first feature, Anita May. Anita May has self-published half a dozen chapbooks and is included in the anthology Between the Fault Lines, 8 Bay Area poets from Sugartown Publishing. She lives above the Carquinez Straits with her husband Carl amid a growing garden. She was born into a garden of a family, a sprawl of 3 brothers and 7 sisters. Since then, she has been many things, including a printer's assistant, a masseuse, baker in Santa Cruz, florist in Anaheim, Montessori teacher's aide in San Francisco, and a bookseller at Cody's for 21 years. Anita is a Contra Costa County master gardener. Through all these occupations, she has always remained a poet. Please welcome Anita May.
Thank you. Thank you to Rivertown Poets and to Aqus Cafe, with a very special thank you to Sandy and to Clay for taking care of things and for running this wonderful series that I've been able to attend often throughout the pandemic and even in person before. I want to thank my family for supporting me and for being here, and friends far and wide. Without an audience, poetry is only half done. So also happy solstice. So here we are. My first poem is dedicated to my mother, Irene Clotilde Lucky May. She dreamed me, and I arose, the image of my mother. In this world, she taught us, you have to be patient. There is a reason that the sweetest foods are served in limited quantity at the end of the meal. In this world, everything waits for something else. Body is a vehicle. Spirit is the road. Courage is a tool to bring experience out of possibility into the realm of time. Time is a whirling ancient, dancing on a river of dreams, with head thrown back, mouth wide open, eyes rolling up and arms outstretched, twirling what seems to us riding on the hem of time's coat, faster and ever faster, till the turning throws us back into the sea of all that is and all that is yet to be. Family Portrait, 1961. LA sizzles in a summer heat wave. Mom, pregnant again, has given in to older brothers, Rick and Mike's persistent pleas and little kids whining for a day at Huntington's Bolsa Chica Beach. We load towels to Tommy mats and copper tone into our new used 1955 white Chevy wagon. Dad and the boys strap beach chairs, red cooler, and a giant blue umbrella to the top chrome rack. Ready to go, Madonna pouts between Dad and Mom's swollen belly. The boys claim backseat windows, so Chrissy and I are squeezed and teased from both sides, while Suzanne, Lorraine, Monica, and Melanie are piled like pups in the cargo bay. Dad whistles as Ray Charles sings, "Hit the road, Jack." Kids sing too, happy to be going anywhere, all the windows down. Parked on Pacific Coast Highway, our tribe tumbles out, trailing towels and quick-stepping over white hot sand. Dad wears white trunks with tiny palm trees, sets up a windbreak for Mom, toddlers, diaper bags, snacks, and newspapers. Rick and Mike disappear toward the cliffs, and then Dad too waves goodbye. Runs down the pale sloping beach and dives into a frothing sea. He swims out, out beyond the breakers, until finally he turns back to claim his family in the soup of surf. Kids strip off his arms as waves crash, the water sluicing from his great nose, while sunlight splashed a halo all around us. Jaguar. I remember being 10 years old, walking alone less than a block from my suburban track home. I was always on my bike. I don't remember why I wasn't riding that day. Walking alone, it was just starting to get dark. I remember seeing a familiar car pull to the curb, dark green, low slung, sweeping sides, hood ornament, a chrome cat mid-stride, pouncing. I'd seen the car in front of Beverly's house, her babysitter leaning on it, talking to a boyfriend while Bev's mom and dad were at work. This was the first time I'd seen him close up. Pale eyes, broom blonde hair, long to his collar. I can see the trail his comb made through pomade. Jump in, I'll give you a ride home. Come on, you know me, I won't bite. I don't know why. I get inside, sink down into cold beige leather. His right hand shifts a round wooden gear knob. Halfway down the block, he pulls over in front of a dark house with a for sale sign. He put his hand on my knee, and with the other, he grabs my neck, shoves me down, back, and squeezes harder. His other hand climbs up my thigh. I have no protection, still in my St. Cyprian school uniform, forest green, broadcloth jumper, crisscrosses of white cotton blouse, slouching socks, scuffed saddle shoes. I don't know why. I never told anyone, never told my mother, not my sisters, never told a stranger or a friend, never confessed to the priest the guilt I felt. Eventually, I mostly forgot, except at times when the image slashed across my memory, but I mostly refused to go there for years and years, until it takes more to forget than it does to admit I cannot forget anymore. This one is for my daughter, Mary Teresa, and starts with a quote from Saint Teresa of Lisieux. What matters in life is not great deeds, but great love. 1964. A year ago, I was a 7th grader at St. Cyprian School. My first year in public school, I don't know anyone here. I am pregnant, wondering if suicide might be easier. In church, I kneel, head bowed beneath a painted statue of Saint Teresa of Lisieux. Brown habit, white cowl, short black veil, wrapped in a wheat-colored mantle, she cradles a wooden cross entwined with roses. Though she knows my trouble, her slight smile comforts me. Second daughter of 10 children, I know it technically possible, but I didn't think I could get pregnant because I don't know what to do if it is true. It cannot be true. My boyfriend, Terry Cool, runs off to Mexico, afraid. He's turned 18 and I'm 14. Saint Teresa, I pray, help us. I seek her eyes, search for a bend of her finger. I watch for a nod, something. Please, little flower, hear me. 20 miles away, a devout Catholic mother and wife is having that dream again. She hears a baby crying, insistently crying. There is a child out there that needs her. God is calling her to mother a child not yet her own. When she tells her husband, he hears her sincere conviction. This dream is calling them. He loves her loving heart and agrees to be a father to this child. The girl who became the little flower was 15 when she entered the Carmelite convent. 10 years later, she would die from tuberculosis, never founding an order, going on a mission, or performing a miracle. My daughter's mother gives her 4 girls the middle name Teresa after her beloved saint. 25 years later, when I meet my daughter's family, there are 8 brothers and sisters. My daughter, the only adopted one. I bring a bouquet of fresh roses to my daughter's mother, and although she has deep reservations about the woman contacting her child, I am given a seat at the family table, and she passes me the bread. For my sister, Monica May Lalone. Our sister Monica knew she was navigating her last days on earth. She decided to stop radiation, came home from hospital to die. She wrote her own obituary, cut it in half to control the cost, left directions when and where to publish. The funeral date to be 2 weeks after her death. Wally, her husband, takes leave from Intel. My sisters and I take turns going to New Mexico to spend time with Monica, to do the little that we could to be of help. In those final weeks, her church brought us lunch and dinner every day. Men and women, young and old, came and went without requiring anything of us, except to receive their Tupperware, stainless steel pots, and cling film trays. It is not untrue to say we were waiting for Monica to die, and dying takes a lifetime. As days went by, her body shut down, but her faith remained. A cathedral of stone, illuminated by stained glass, consecrated through suffering. I held to my faithless agnosticism, but the casseroles, salads, and cake wore me down, and I hungered for the bread of her Christian God. Sandy, this is an ekphrastic poem. And do you have the slide that I sent you?
Yes, I'm going to share that, Anita.
Thank you. I was reading about Crete and the Minoans, and this came. Stars streak across Cretan skies, set the late summer night ablaze, till morning arrives as a beloved guest. The festival ground is festooned with green, blue, and yellow linen flags. In the courtyard, men tell tales, call out to old friends, while the women prepare food, and all around, children run and mothers watch. Young men gather and joke with an eye to the maids. By midday, the crowd is a clamorous roar. We who challenge the fates wear tight belts and little more. If one of our tribe should catch a horn or be trampled, the crowd will thrill to our blood. Finally, trumpets blare and drums thrum, announcing entry of the sacred bull, garland with acanthus. The crowd fizzes in anticipation, straining guide ropes. The bull the gods have chosen for me is led forward. I stand alone now in defiance of fear, legs taut intention firm, hesitate one long last moment, invoke the name of the goddess and surrender my head to my heart. Obsidian eyes gleam a threat. He drops his great head, inclines his horns to charge, spittle dribbling from nose and mouth, deadly hooves pawing, raise a sparkling cloud of dust, suspending the bull in haze. He will bring me honor or a glorious death. Arms pumping, I am running to him, muscles tensed to jump, bounding up, dusty hands push off from the lyre of horn. Vaulting over the broad, muscled back, I leap into eternity. I have two short more. Hope sings a sonnet. When I think of God, as I often do, it is not with worry or deep regret. I remember a time I thought I knew, till the answer led to questions, and yet time works to conceal more than it reveals. Still, when I close my eyes, I sense the truth. The dark creative silence is what heals, not faith's orthodoxy or concrete proof. I must accept that evil cannot be ignored, but deny its authority. Take refuge in the arms of God's mercy. Certainty is not the priority. Hope sings off key to open the heart. To be present and listen is a start. And my last poem, Why We Wait. We put on these bodies, but they never fit that well. Life's so short, we can't bear it. The pain of our longing is a cry caught forever in the throat of creation. Time is the great magician who flicks his cape to give the mechanical lie to existence. But time can only delay the eternal, while it puts a mask on the Godhead and stuffs reality into an alarm clock. We put on these bodies, but they never fit that well. The song of the earth is sung while the melody echoes through our bones. Thank you.